I have a very small orchard next to my veggie garden, and all my trees are young fruit trees entering the third year. There's a saying that in the first year they sleep, in the second year they creep, and in the third year they leap. What does that mean? Well, it means that the young trees supposedly don't really do much in the first year that they're planted, and in the second year they grow more the roots, they become established. They do also grow foliage, but not as vigorously as if they'd been there for some time. And then in the third year they really take off. Let's see if that adage is true. Okay, so in the first year they sleep, I've had that done. In the second year they creep, I've had that done. Now let's see if they will leap in this first year, in the third year. So I have 4 stone fruit trees that are growing in the garden here. And by stone fruit, it means that they have a solid pip. They have a solid seed. They're not broken up like apples or pawpaws or something like that. This is a nectarine tree. It's entering the third year. I spent the first 2 years trying to get it shaped into some sort of glass bowl shape, because these fruit trees, these stone fruit trees, grow better in a wine glass kind of shape, like a bowl. So I've got 4 branches which I'm hoping to make the main architectural branches of this tree. You can see the buds are starting to have formed for some time. The tree's been dormant for the winter. We are now in mid-March, so let's see how this tree does. The next one is a peach tree. Same thing, I'm trying to get it into the glass shaped bowl. 1, 2, 3, 4. Aha, this bud is already starting. This tree grows vigorously. You can see how thick the trunk is already compared to the nectarine. It just grows very fast, and I've had to actually prune it back quite a lot. So let's see how this does. And then I've got 2 cherry trees. These trees are ready for the spring. The shape is a bit awkward. I've been trying to shape it, but it won't do what I wanted. Maybe I've left the main branch too long. These are the branches that I wanted to grow, but instead it grew from the top here quite high, and I've had to cut it back some. So let's see what happens this year. I've got a number of buds, and I'm hoping that the new branches will come here. The trees have all been fertilized, and they've got all new mulch on. That doesn't belong in the mulch, it's a stone. This tree here is also a cherry tree. One's a Lapin. This one's a Lapin. And that one's a Burlat. So let's see how they do. I don't think I have got the right climate for cherry trees. I'm not sure how these are going to blossom. Last year we had some blossoms, and we had some very small cherries, being the second year, but I didn't let that develop because I wanted to get the shape of the wine glass kind of thing. I need another branch coming out here. They've all been pruned to the same level, so I'm hoping that this year the trees will grow nicely. The reason I have 2 is because they cross-pollinate, supposedly. And by cross-pollinating, they will produce more abundant fruit. So that's the 4 stone fruit trees. So this is really what I was trying to achieve in the first year, second year, and the third year, to get the bowl effect of the tree. But my trees still look like they're in the first year, so I've done something wrong here. Anyway, I'll keep trying. This is a mango tree. It's a Palmer mango, and it's growing nicely. The shape has pretty much been the same since we got it. Unfortunately here, they're all grafted quite high. This is the previous ties, I have to get rid of that. But the tree's been fertilized and it's completely ready for this season. You can see there's a set of branches in here that are breaking out, and it's growing nicely. I'm hoping that this will take off now. And next to it, at the back here, I have a avocado tree. This avocado tree is a Pinkerton, I think it's called. Yeah, Pinkerton. It's also ready to grow. It's had all these flowers. It hasn't given us any fruit, but it's looking like a 3-year-old. The one outstanding thing that's happened is that the tree had 2 main branches, and now we have one in the center. So this year we'll decide on the final shape of this tree. But it's beginning to look like it's got a lot of life in it, and it's already began to sprout. Also mulched and fertilized. So let's see what happens this year. I have a standing tree here, standing for some time. When we moved in, the house already had this tree. It's a fig tree, fantastic, very productive. We had 8 kilos of figs last year, and the year before that about the same. It gave us 18 jars of jam, and we had fig jam all year. So this tree is now sprouting. It's already been cut to the right size, pruned, and in the fig tree, all fruit, most of the fruit happens in the new wood. So it's okay to cut it right back, and when the new shoots grow, the figs will grow on the new shoots as well, all along the branches. So this has some time to go. It grows quite wide and quite tall, so we'll keep our eye on it this year. Next we have 3 apple trees, and they're also starting the 3rd year. The apple tree is pruned slightly different. It's not shaped in a glass. It's not meant to be shaped in a glass shape, in a wine glass shape. It's supposed to have one long lead growing quite high, and then having the branches come off it at various levels. So the trees are still not quite there, but I already have 2 main branches coming from the side. There's a 3rd coming over there. This is a Starling apple tree, and this is the main lead. And let's see what it does this year. They're all pruned to the same level, more or less, and it should be growing evenly, apart from that little guy over here. This one's called the Peru Dominguez. It is a Portuguese variety, and it's very, very nice, very, very sweet. And trying to shape it with these things, keep the branches at the right angles. I need one branch on the other side this year, so I hope it's getting that. It's already starting to form blossom buds. I'm hoping that these will grow quite well. Still got the leaves from the old year, last year. So then the 3rd one is a Gala apple tree. Again, I'm trying to get it shaped in the right way with these supports, and it's got one main lead up. It's probably too high already. I'm hoping that it will get a branch coming out of this side, so that it can be, the idea is to have levels, 2 or 3 branches at the same level going in each direction, and then another level like that, and then another level like that. So these trees are planted quite close together. I intend to have them not taller than about 2 meters tall, about 6 foot, 6.5 foot tall, and then I'll maintain them at that level. They'll also flower and give fruit at different times, although I'm hoping there's going to be some cross-pollination. Let's see how that works. The idea is to have apples from May until they're almost into August, because they all fruit at different times. The ones that fruit earlier are further away, are closer to the sun, I think it is. Let's see. I'll give you an update at the end of this year. So just to wrap this up, unlike stone fruit trees, apple and pear trees grow with the main lead up the center like this. And this is what we're trying to achieve every year. I also have 3 citrus trees. This one is a lemon tree, a yellow lemon. It's very nice, big, juicy fruit. But the tree's giving this yellow mark on the leaves shows you that the tree's been slightly neglected. It's also in its 3rd year. And it's been treated, it's been fertilized, and it's ready to go. I'm hoping that it will be vigorous growth from now on as the sun starts to shine, and I'm hoping that the real color, the healthy green color, will come back. Next to it I have an orange tree. It's a Valencian orange tree. These oranges are absolutely fantastic, and it's also going into its 3rd year. You can see it's begun to react to the spring already. Got lots of nice young leaves coming forward. So let's see what happens this year. It's quite a big leaf actually. The mature leaf is quite well. It's not mature yet, but yeah, it's been treated with fertilizer and it's got a nice mulch. And then next to it is the another lemon tree, which is also beginning to react. These are the new leaves coming up. It's also flowering, and that's where the there's a beetle in there pollinating the flower. The fruit comes from the flowers. As soon as they're pollinated, they'll turn into little buds like that, and the little buds turn into fruit, into lemons. So what also just been treated. Let's see how that goes. Here's an example of a pollinated flower. You can see still the structure, and then the fruit grows at the base. I also have some pawpaw trees, papayas. This is the biggest papaya. This is also a 3-year-old tree, believe it or not. The pawpaws, oh, tremendous. Look at that. Last year we had pawpaws again from here. They were absolutely delicious, completely different shape. They were long and big and yellow. These are roundish, and there's already more. The way these trees work, this is a female pawpaw tree. The flowers are small and close to the branch. They get pollinated and they become fruit once they're pollinated. That one's becoming a small pawpaw. That's already in an advanced stage, and there's flowers that are about to open here. So that's how it works. They need to be pollinated. Some of these trees are only male trees, and they don't give any fruit. They just give male flowers, which pollinate these flowers. So I got myself another pawpaw tree to try and get that done, but this thing has been slow in growing. This is entering its 3rd year, its 2nd year, I beg your pardon. It was planted quite small and it's really tiny. So they've all been treated, and I have a 3rd pawpaw tree. Look at this rosemary, absolutely fantastic. Oh, this is an air plant. It just grows on air. I don't have to water it or anything like that. It's about as high as I am, as tall as I am. And this is the little addition. It was planted this year. Hope it's not been eaten. So it's been treated. Let's see if this thing picks up from here. So 3 pawpaw trees, and I'll give you an update towards the end of the summer. The last ones to look at are our banana trees. We have 4 in that corner over there, and we have a baby one growing over here. So the main banana tree that was here has been taken down. It gave us a lovely bunch of bananas last season, and as you know, once the fruit matures, the tree has to be cut down and the babies take over. Banana trees have offspring like this. They're called pups, and these grow into the banana trees of the future. So when these big trees give their fruit, which we're hoping to happen this year, we'll cut them down and the pups grow into mature trees, and that's why we have a number of them together. Still not perfect with the way I'm raising these bananas, but I'm learning. This one has already got 2 pups here. You can see that. That's a pup there. This is a pup, and this is the young banana tree. So they've got their mulch on the ground. The banana leaves themselves are used as mulch for these trees, and it's looking great. So that will all go brown and keep the moisture in the ground, which bananas love. They're very, very thirsty plants. So that's it. That's our little orchard, and it's located next to the veggie beds, which I showed on my last video. With these onions coming out fantastically. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little tour of the orchard. If you liked it and you learned something, press the like and subscribe and share it. Now I'm going to go to the beach.